So here it goes. Great days ahead, my friends. We are now in another era of Trump policies, which should be fantastic for everybody. Even if you're a liberal and you're having your full on meltdown, then your life will be better. So you can go ahead and thank all of us Republicans later for the improvements that are about to come into your life. But I got to say, man, the finger pointing has already started on the Democrat side, and it is absolutely hilarious. They're blaming everybody for Kamala Harris's loss. And when you really look at it, her loss, I mean, there's way too many people to blame. I mean, there's thousands of people to blame why Kamala Harris lost. And but they're pointing the fingers at everybody. I mean, you name it, somebody's taking blame for her loss, including Kamala Harris. And of course, right now, a lot of the biggest brunt of it, believe it or not, is on Tampon Tim, Mr. Timmy Walls, the man who cannot load his own gun. And that was a massive failure on Kamala's part. Of course, she needed somebody that was dumber than her. And of course, she found it in Tampon Tim. But here is the beauty of all of this. I personally want to thank all the celebrities that endorsed and voted for Kamala Harris because you all helped her lose. That is correct. All the celebrities that Kamala Harris came out, the concerts, the big names, the big Hollywood actors, the rich liberal elite helped Kamala Harris lose the campaign. So I want to thank all of them. You know, and the sad thing is it's getting hard for me to even watch movies anymore because I just can't stand these liberal shill elite hacks. I can't stand them anymore. Like Liam Neeson. You know, this guy comes out and condemns America for our handguns and then literally makes the most weapon-violent movies on TV. Can you say hypocrite? Yes, you can, because Liam Neeson is a hypocrite. Or hypocrite, as I like to call him. But Hollywood is full of liberal hypocrites. Now, before I get into this, because this is a very long list, we're going to go down the list of all the people who endorsed Kamala Harris. All the idiots that, amazingly, people thought this would help. And so I've got to say right now, do you remember Zachary, is it Levi or Levi? I can't remember the guy's how to pronounce his last name. The guy that plays Shazam, which the first Shazam, freaking hilarious. He's a Republican. And he made the statement, since he came out for Trump, he made the statement, you know, this could very well hurt my career because Hollywood is a liberal hack city. And, of course, then you have Whoopi Goldberg, that sow from The View, come out and say, you know, there's Republicans, there's Democrats in Hollywood, you know, and then she names off like 3 Republicans that just happen to be working in Hollywood. 3 out of the millions of actors. She names 3 Republicans that happen to be working in Hollywood right now. And she says it's not going to hurt your career whatsoever because, you know, Hollywood is basically balanced. So let's take a look at this real quick. So here we go. This is, oh man, get ready for this. This is the list of liberal Hollywood elite idiots that backed Kamala Harris and or endorsed Kamala Harris, which helped her lose the election. So it's fantastic. And what this means is nobody cared. Nobody cared. Taylor Swift, nobody cared. Who cares if Taylor Swift endorses you? Because one thing you have to understand, and I got to say this before we get in, and this is a long list, so get ready for this. But one thing I have to say, if you're 18 years old and you're a Swiftie, you need mental help. There's something seriously wrong with you. Second thing, if you voted for Kamala Harris based on Taylor Swift's endorsement, then you should not be allowed to vote because that means you're too stupid to draw your own conclusions and come up with your own opinion about who is best for the country. So you should not be allowed to vote. And that's just my opinion on it. And if you took, you know, if Kim Kardashian voted for Kamala Harris and said, you need to vote for Kamala Harris too, and you voted for Kamala Harris because of Kim Kardashian, then you should have your voting privileges taken away from you because you're too stupid to vote. All right? It's literally that simple. But here we go. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. This is absolutely a beautiful thing. So these are all the idiot liberals that come out and voted for Kamala Harris and caused her to lose the election. So here we go. Angela Bassett, however the hell you say your name. Alyssa Farrah Griffin, like anybody cared that she voted for Kamala Harris. Megan Fahey, don't even know that. Damn, she looks a lot like Michelle Pfeiffer, doesn't she? Don't even know who the hell she is, but she voted for Kamala Harris. And Alyssa Milano, now there's a shocker. This girl is completely a half bubble off center. She's lost. She's so lost, it's not even funny. I don't even know why anybody would listen to anything Melissa Milano ever said again. She is a complete lost cause. Garcelle Beauvais? Don't even know who the hell she is. Don't care. Zoe Saldana. Now, here's the thing, too. It's funny that all the people in the Avenger movies, I guess it was Scarlett Johansson maybe, that said that tried to gather all those Avenger actors to all vote for Kamala Harris, and they did. And I hate that because I love the Avenger movies, but I'm really starting to drop these people from the list of movies that I will watch. So Zoe Saldana posted that she voted for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. You know, Zoe, and I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you were smarter. But let's not forget, Hollywood is not a liberal town, according to, what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg. According to Whoopi Goldberg, Hollywood's not a liberal town. Let's keep moving through the list here. Alanis Morissette. I hate that because I love Alanis Morissette. Jagged Little Pill was a brilliant, brilliant album. Alanis, why would you piss off half the people that listen to your music? Just entertain. You have one job. Unless you're going into politics, shut up and entertain me. That's all I want you. That's all I want from you. Fat Joe. Never heard of Fat Joe. Don't ever want to hear Fat Joe again. Damon Lindelof. Miss Davis creator. Never heard of him. Never heard of his show. Greg Clark. Another Avenger. Celebrity sightings. Who cares about this? Rihanna. Who cares? Mark Duplass. Never heard of him. Dick Van Dyke. Well, Dick, at least you can go to your grave knowing you screwed up. Oh, and you lost. Black Thought and the Roots. Simply don't care. Questlove. Well, you know, if your name is Questlove, obviously you're voting for a liberal. Let's just be honest. If your name's Questlove, you're voting for a liberal. Katy Perry. Wow, there's a shocker. She's a weirdo anyway. Rosie Perez. Nobody cares. Billy Eichner, okay, good for you. You backed a loser. Will Ferrell. Now, I do like Will Ferrell, and believe it or not, the best movie, in my opinion, he ever made was Stranger Than Fiction. That is it, Stranger Than Fiction. Actually, that is the best movie Will Ferrell has ever made. The movie was absolutely brilliant, so you need to watch that. But there again, Will Ferrell, who I do think is funny. I got it, and it kind of bothers me that he voted for Kamala. Now, granted, everybody can vote for who they want to vote for, but I'm just what I'm trying to do is prove a point that the cast of The View were wrong in saying that Hollywood is not a liberal town, and B, all these people helped Kamala Harris lose. Moving on, Viola Davis, Katie Couric, Richard Gere, Will I Am. It should say Will I Am backing a loser. Mick Jagger, he's a liberal hack anyway. The only reason why Mick Jagger's still alive is because he's embalmed from cocaine. That's it. That's the only reason he's alive. Margaret Atwood, Louise Erdrich. Never heard of her. J.J. Abrams, shocking because dude, he's a great director. Loves his lens flares, but he's a great director. Judy Blume, moving on. Who the hell is this? Dave Eggers, Circle of a Hologram for the King, is part of 700, blah, 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 blah. Never heard of him. Glennon Doyle, John Oliver. Boy, there's a shocker. He's a liberal shill if I ever saw one. Harrison Ford, from Han Solo to liberal shill. How far the mighty have fallen. Lady Gaga, okay, here we go. I really don't get into this type of music. I'm going to be honest. This isn't my bag. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Lady Gaga is a weirdo. Strange as the day is long. Went to that show years ago wearing a dress made out of meat, made out of steaks. Yeah, okay, so either something's mentally off up there, or she's just trying to pull a Madonna, the shock factor. All the stupidity of Lady Gaga aside, she's a brilliant songstress. Absolutely brilliant songstress. And the chick can sing. I like her voice. She's got a very unique voice. And she writes crazy hooks. And if I were to listen to this type of music, I would definitely listen to Lady Gaga way the hell before I'd listen to Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift is a hack. I'm sorry. I think she's a hack. Ken Jeong. Who cares? He's not that funny. He was only funny in the one movie he made with Bradley Cooper. That was it. Other than that, he's not funny at all. Smokey Robinson, Reese Witherspoon. Shame on you, Reese. I thought you had a brain. Peter Frampton. This one kind of shocks me a little bit. Peter Frampton, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're rock and roll royalty. Now you're just a Kamala Harris loser idiot. Madonna. Boy, here's a shocker. Talk about a weirdo. Talk about somebody who left the planet years ago. That was absolutely Madonna. Don Cheadle, another Avenger. Here we go. Robert Downey Jr., another Avenger. Here we go. Well, maybe the Avengers need to assemble and stamp out liberalism because Donald Trump won, but a lot of people weren't voting for Donald Trump. They were voting against liberalism. Think about that, people. And here we go. Mark Ruffalo. Now, this guy I cannot stand. I cannot stand him. I think he's a horrible actor. Every movie is exactly the same. The character is no different. And what was his name? Edward, whatever his name was, that played the Hulk originally, the Incredible Hulk. I can't remember the guy's name. I thought he was by far a better actor for the Hulk than Mark Ruffalo. But of course, him being the Hollywood liberal elite, he asked for way too much money to jump into the role as the Hulk again for the Avengers. Yeah, what a mistake that was. Idiot. Complete idiot. Danielle Garabura. Never heard of her. Oh, an Avenger. There we go, an Avenger. Scarlett Johansson. Shocking. Beautiful woman. Absolutely beautiful. No brain. Go figure. Here we go. Chris Evans. Now, this guy's the worst of the worst. Man. And I didn't even think that I should have looked this up, but I didn't really know I was going to say anything about it. I cannot remember. Remember the kid that, there's a couple of years ago, CNN played a story on a kid, and they only played half of the story that made the kid look liable. I can't give you the details right now because this isn't about that. It's about this guy. And then the truth comes out, and then the kid ended up suing CNN for millions of dollars and winning because CNN was, again, being slanted as they are. Well, before the facts came out, this cornball jumps on Twitter, which was now Twitter back then, and absolutely destroys this kid on social media. Then the truth comes out that, well, CNN lied. What they said was absolutely not true. The kid was correct. This liberal hack idiot never came out, never apologized, never recanted his statement, just let it slide like all liberals do. Liberals are great to call out people for doing things wrong, even when it's not wrong, but they're terrible at admitting their mistakes. And Chris Evans is one of them. I do like the Avengers movies, but I will not watch anything with Chris Evans in it beyond that. Paul Bettany, another Avenger. Man, the Avengers, apparently they're all just stupid. Julia Roberts, I mean, there's no shocker there. LeBron James, the most racist black man in America. Right there, LeBron James. So there's another shocker. Jennifer Aniston. Really? Really? I understand you live in Hollywood. I get that. But still, the world loves Jennifer Aniston. Why would she make a statement? Vote for who you want to vote for, but just keep it quiet. Nobody cares. I don't care who you vote for. Just keep it quiet. Arnold Schwarzenegger, there's a shocker. The Governator is now the Losinator. David Duchovny, yeah, he's another washed-up actor. Beyonce, boy, this was the big one right here. Beyonce. I got to be honest, I could not name one of her songs if I tried. I don't listen to this type of music at all. But boy, they thought Beyonce was really going to help them. And guess what? Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Bad Bunny, never heard of him. Don't ever want to hear of him. Jennifer Lopez. Little Jin was crying up there talking about Kamala Harris and how, they need to save democracy with Kamala Harris. Jennifer Lopez, you're an idiot. Oh, and weren't you at a lot of the P. Diddy parties, by the way? I think you were. Ricky Martin. Does he even still have a career? I got to be honest, I don't know. Catherine Hahn. Oh, my God. She's one of the Marvel far-left liberal nut job, everything's gay shows on Disney. Disney has the innate ability to kill something off that they made beautiful. When we were kids back in the 70s, everybody watched Disney. On Sunday night, Disney would always come out with their movie, and everybody watched it. Everybody. They gave us the greats, man. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. the original Lion King, the original Little Mermaid. I mean, they were at one point, Disney was the juggernaut. Now, all they're doing is killing everything off. They've destroyed Star Wars. Star Wars has turned into an absolute joke. They've completely annihilated Marvel. You know, and the thing that kills me is DC. It's always been Marvel, DC. But DC now, even though DC has their problems, they are actually churning out better content than Marvel is because Disney has gone full woke. So they can keep all that because I don't watch any of them. I have not watched anything made by Disney. I didn't watch the Marvels because I already knew it was a turd. They put in that the girl that plays the kid Marvel. They had that show about her, and I watched one episode of that, and it was absolutely horrible. The kid can't act at all. Then when I saw they were putting her in there, I thought, that's a flop. Jimmy Carter, well, of course. Jimmy Carter's a Democrat, so of course he did. Lisa Rinna, who cares? Who cares who she votes for? Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the greatest actors in Hollywood with no brain, apparently. Sarah Jessica Parker, nobody cares. Drew Carey, career's come, career's gone. Let's see, Eminem, nobody cares. I always thought he was kind of a punk anyway. Let's see, Andy Cohen. Willie Nelson, man. Well, we know Willie voted for because Willie's stoned. He didn't know he was voting for. He was so damn high when he went to go vote. He just voted for the first person that popped up on his Democrat ticket, and it was Kamala Harris. Cher, and Cher, wasn't she going to move when Donald Trump won the first time? Wasn't she going to leave the country? You know, I think we should go start a GoFundMe, a Kickstarter, to help these Hollywood liberal elites who don't want to be here. Let's help them move. It won't be that much because we just got to move them to Canada with the rest of the weirdos. Mandy Patinkin, Mark Antony, who cares? Mariska Hargitay, I don't even know who the hell she is. Don't care. Lizzo, boy, that was a busted endorsement, wasn't it? Anne Hathaway, Geraldo Rivera, used to be a Republican. Now you're just an idiot. Neil Young, remember when this idiot was at Spotify that said, if you don't get rid of Joe Rogan, I'm pulling all my music off of Spotify. And literally everybody said, okay, pull your music. Nobody cared. They paid what? Joe Rogan $25 million to get the rights to his podcast. And Spotify said, hey, Neil, hey, sorry, bro. We'll see you. See you, buddy. What was it? 6 months later, all his music was back on Spotify. That's because they're all hypocrites. Every one of them. Every one of them is a hypocrite. Porno, Jaganaga Hakahiathan. Don't care. Sam Waterson. Utkarsh Ambukadar, whatever his name is. Never heard of him. Bruce Springsteen, boy, that actually ended up going nowhere. When he did his little show, when he was singing for Kamala Harris, it was horrible. He was so out of key, it was not funny. And I don't want to hear because he's old. Bullshit. I know people that old that can still sing in key. He cannot. Dave Bautista, another one of the Marvel Avenger. Well, he was an Avenger, but he's tied into that, so go figure. Jennifer Lawrence, sorry, Jen. Great actress, no brain. Phineas and Billie Eilish. Okay, don't even know who the hell Phineas is. Here we go, Taylor Swift. When Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, they thought that was going to be the end-all, be-all, and everything in the world was going to go their way. We got Taylor Swift and the Swifties. Nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying, because the Taylor Swift phenomenon amazes me. And it's got to be just a great marketing and great PR, because she cannot sing. She cannot sing. In the world of female voices, I rank her at the absolute bottom. I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, I can't remember that, Sandra Barnhart or whatever. She had that band and they did that song, I Know What Boys Like, which is one of the worst vocals I've ever heard in my life from a female. Taylor Swift belongs down there. And if I was listening to pop music today, I would by far listen to Lady Gaga than I would over Taylor Swift. Because like I said, I do like Lady Gaga's voice. She has a very unique sounding voice. And the chick can belt it off. And actually, I got to be honest, I did not like Lady Gaga. I thought she was an idiot as well as the rest of them. A liberal idiot, because she was just weird. Until she did that jazz thing with Tony Bennett. And that changed my mind. I thought, wow, this chick actually has a lot of talent. And this chick can sing. I wish she would stay out of the political arena. I wish all of them would stay out of the political arena. Who's this one? Charlie XCX. Who's this weirdo? I have no idea. Kamala is brat. Okay, there we go. That's your Kamala Harris supporter. Kamala is brat. Okay, no idea who this is. I'm sure she's some kind of social media. Does it say here? No, on social. I'm sure she's some kind of social media person that is famous just for the sake of being famous. Don't know who she is. Don't care who she is. Don't care if I ever see her again. Linda Ronstadt, absolutely. I hate that Linda Ronstadt did that. Who's this? Mel Brooks. Sorry, Mel. You backed a loser. Aubrey Plaza. George Clooney. Now, here we go. Man, this is longer than I thought it was. I'm going to have to cut this short. It amazes me that George Clooney, when did this idiot acquire so much power that he could literally destroy democracy and pull a coup against a sitting president? That is right. George Clooney is the one who started this. Now, I'm sure he got his orders from God Barack Obama, but it was George Clooney's op-ed that got this whole ball rolling after years of liberals lying to us about Joe Biden. He does the debate with Donald Trump. The whole world sees Joe Biden's gone. The guy's brain is functioning maybe at 2%. George Clooney writes an op-ed. Boom, Obama's gone out the door. How did this idiot get that kind of power? That is something that is interesting to me. I just don't understand. But, he's one of the billionaires. He's one of the rich, liberal, elite billionaires. Let's see. Barbara Streisand, always been a liberal hack. Don't care. Jamie Lee Curtis. Shame on you, Jamie. Yvette Nicole Brown, don't know who that is, do not care. Octavia Spencer, all right, great. Sally Field, great. Nick Offerman, can be funny, that shit between two ferns, that's actually pretty funny. Isn't that Nick Offerman who does that? No, that's Zach Galifianakis who does that. That shit is actually kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Carole King, she was great back in the 70s. Ben Stiller, he's made a couple of good movies. I like Ben Stiller, but he's a liberal shill. Megan Thee Stallion, never heard of her. We'll never hear of her again. Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and Bill Clinton. Here's a shocker, all right? The notorious Clinton gang. Let's just say it that way. You have the mafia, then you have the Clintons. More people have disappeared around the Clintons than disappeared from AIDS. Let's be honest, all right? Whatever you do, you don't want to get on the Clintons' bad side because you may not wake up tomorrow. Let's just put it that way. Here we go. Barack and Michelle Obama. And I'm going to tell you, I think Michelle's stumping and Barack's berating of black men, I think that did more damage than did good for them. But they're liberals. They will never learn. Kerry Washington. Shame on you, Kerry Washington. Tony Goldwyn. Jason Bateman. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Cicely Strong. Mandy Kaling. Maren Morris. Oprah Winfrey. Jeff Bridges. Mark Hamill. Talk about off the reservation. If you go on X right now, a lot of us Republicans, conservatives, there's two crazy old men that we talk about on X all the time. Stephen King and Mark Hamill. They have become a parody of themselves. They have turned themselves into jokes. These two guys are so unhinged. And I hope Elon never kicks them off because they're hilarious. Their rants, and they don't even make sense. Stephen King doesn't even make sense anymore. This guy's mind is non-functioning. Mark Hamill also attended White Dudes for Harris YouTube event. Yeah, that worked out well. Good job. J.J. Abrams, shame on you, J.J. Abrams. Mickey Guyton, Pink, Spike Lee, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Eva Longoria, Jason Isbell, don't even know who the hell that is, don't care. Sigourney Weaver, hang on, going through, Matthew Modine, LeVar Burton, Misha Collins, Bill Nye, Laura Lippman, Attica Locke, Michael Connolly. Okay, and I'm going to stop right there because Howard Stern, he's an idiot. Alex Cooper, not Alice Cooper. Michael Keaton. It goes on. Stephen King, here we go. Dude, this guy is absolutely lost. Ice-T, Azealia Banks. It goes on and on and on. But according to Whoopi Goldberg, they're not liberal. They're not liberal. There's just as many Republicans. Where are they? There's maybe 5 I could name off the top of my head. Republicans that are actors or that sing. Maybe 7 off the top of my head. We can obviously name thousands of liberals, but very few Republicans. But that's not the point here. The point is it doesn't matter Kamala Harris, it looks like she pretty much killed the celebrity endorsement because nobody cared. Literally nobody cared. Taylor Swift got what, 700,000, 70,000, 700,000, I don't even know, people to register, but apparently none of them voted. You can get them to register all you want, but if they don't vote, who cares? So the whole point of this is nobody cared about the celebrity endorsements. So with that being said, why don't all of you celebrities keep your mouths shut? You have one job, to entertain us. That's it. Taylor Swift, I don't care about your political views. I don't care about your political opinions. Now, if you and I were speaking one-to-one, sitting on a couch, talking, fine, let's debate, let's discuss. But when you're on the stage, why would you alienate half of the people who listen to your music because you're so stupid you can't think for yourself? Just like Jack Black and Kyle, whatever his name is. Really? Boy, Kyle Gass, his career, what little career he had, over. It's over. We will never see that idiot again. Jack Black is 100% in repair mode to save what career he has left, because that did major damage to them. So you have to remember this. Now, granted, I voted for Trump, but what I was voting for was against the liberal policies. If you're an entertainer, wake up. Keep your mouth shut. Do your job. Because at the end of the day, nobody cared what you said.